Good evening. Thank you very much on this, the very first day of summer. I'm Kevin Early, and I'm certainly happy to be here. We have been here for some time. Professor Howell and myself, we've been here since January. And this is a great place to be, and you should all be excited about the communities in which you reside. It's certainly a wonderful, wonderful place to be. Tonight, we are going to spend some time focusing on much of what we've been discussing in the public arena as well as in our focus groups, in our groups, affinity groups. We are going to be summarizing the development to date, where we've come with our groups. We're going to have presentations with our groups, and we're going to ultimately put together a strategic plan for our communities. We're also going to be affirming major priorities for our communities, and lastly, we're going to celebrate our young people.
Many of you know that over the past 5 months, we have been doing focus groups with young people, with members of the community to try and get their perceptions. And as a piece of that, we have had a couple of panels in our larger town meetings of young people. And this evening, we have a special group of young folks who have worked in a parallel process with us on issues of diversity. So I want to invite Craig Anderson up to the stage to introduce our young panelists. Craig, let's give him a hand. Come on, Craig.
It's great to be here again. We've really enjoyed the work we've been doing in this community. And I've been really fortunate to have gotten to work quite a bit with a number of young people, specifically part of the Diversity Council at the high school. So I'm just going to ask if those Diversity Council members will come on up and they'll introduce themselves, and then they have some information to share with you.
So to talk about what we've done discussions about diversity and what it means to help us better understand what diversity really is. And we've done different kinds of activities to help us get towards that. And one of the activities we did was we went to the DIA and we used artwork to incorporate different ideas of diversity, and we were asked different questions about the artwork to see different perspectives from everybody within the group and what they meant to us.
Then we took the 8th graders for a 2-day training program. The first one, as Sierra said, we did the DIA, the program where we incorporated all the artwork in, and we tried to understand how the art was, what it meant to us. And the second day, we actually went to the computer lab and we had a session we talked about what cyberbullying was, and we did a bunch of iceberg activities, and we talked with students to help with their conversation skills.
What we've learned is that throughout the process that culture is a huge part of diversity, but aside from that, gender, political views, groups that you belong to, sexual orientations are also a big part of it. We've also learned that we have to accept differences and the people and the differences within. It also opened our eyes to see different perspectives, and it's also had an impact on us because we now know how to make a change based on one idea, and that's the idea of diversity.
The main goal of Diversity Council is to promote inclusion of socioeconomic backgrounds, all religions, sexual orientation, disabilities, genders, race, and age. Such an ambitious goal cannot be achieved without the support of the community, and that's where you come in. We need you to help promote diversity by not only supporting these goals, but by joining us to make Diversity Council bigger, thus making our impact stronger.
Since the very first meeting, we have been organized into working task groups. I'd like everyone in the room who has participated in one of the working groups to please stand up.
We have an increasing student body population, as Steve just talked about. I don't know if you know it, but the African American population in the school system has, in the past 10 years, gone up nearly 300%. Same for the Asian population. There's a lack of diversity in the staff and administrative body. To work with the school system, you need the community, you need parents, You need the students. You need the school system. It's all one. This slide is simply to show that everything works together. It's one interchanging system.
With this group, what we would like, if you could show by your applause if you agree that this will be our strategic planning committee accepting the charge as written. So these folks, after they sign their names, will be back before you in the first part of October with a plan. We pledge to make progress reports on the website so that you'll be able to see what ideas are developing and give that to you. Many of you, when you heard the first group of citizens, talked about what a foundation our youth are creating for us. And we have a group of young people who have already started to act.
We had approximately 97 students participate, so this is a small percentage of them, but 97 participated in total. So let's start with Autumn Stewart. Sierra Williams.
One last serious thought. Imagine if in the days when the United States Constitution was first being debated, the people doing the debating looked like the people in this room. What a different country we would have. And all of you who are young tonight, who were up on stage, what I want you to think about is that you never know how what you do in your life might change the direction of the world. And tonight, we've taken a very serious step on having the opportunity to remake our country a more inclusive, better place for the world. Thank you all for your work and for what you've done, and we will see us all together in October.